Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast. I'm your host, Connor.
Is that the shark from Toy Story 3 doing an impression of me?
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Welcome to the Garlic Boy podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm also Connor O'Connor, and I like to hold people's hands while they're going to... I got the hiccups now. I like to hold people's hands while they're going poop, and I can't talk to you while I'm going pee.
I don't see what's wrong with either of those statements. You seem like a wonderful man.
I also have the nastiest farts of any known human being on the entire planet. It's true. It's true.
I mean, you're not going to hear me deny it. I don't think anyone's shocked to learn that information about me. If you look at me, you can just assume I'm a gross person.
I wouldn't say I look at you and I think, man, that guy's disgusting.
I feel like you look at me and you're like, oh, that man's farts definitely are horrendous.
That is true. Gosh, these hiccups. That is true. I look at you and I think, man, his farts must be massive. They must be something. But then I look at pictures like this and I'm like, yeah, no, that's what I fell in love with right there.
Can we look at that bottom button that's holding on for dear life?
It's like right on your belly button too.
That's Mufasa doing his best not to fall off the cliff. And Scar's on the other side about to just let him fall.
Man, good times.
Should I keep doing pictures or like because I've just started like doing
pictures.
Well, the reason we started doing the pictures was so like you couldn't see my mom's room in the background,
right?
When I was living with my mom, but now that I have my own space, I don't know.
I feel like the backgrounds were like somewhat Mother Hubbard in a freaking shoe. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have terrible hiccups and I am getting so mad because it's interrupting my talk. I feel like the backgrounds were I'm just gonna give up. Let's move on.
Do you want me to put background on again?
I do.
All right.
I do. And I wanted to have something to do with the episode.
You wanted to have something to do with the episode?
Yeah. That's the whole point. I was Connor O'Connor, so I put up you.
All right, hold on.
And last week it was a pit bull, and it was gonna have something to do with my topic, but we didn't get there. We didn't do topics last week.
That's gross. Fix yourself.
Fix my the hiccups? You just want me to stop? Okay. Mother trucker.
Inhale twice and then inhale and then swallow twice.
Do we want to see how long I can hold my breath on camera? It's recorded, so
I mean, I don't know how fun that's going to be for the audience to listen to.
I think that the listeners would really like viewing it. If you go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thegarlicboys /@thegarlicboys
/@thegarlicboys.
Just look up the Garlic Boys.
It's very weird that they do that we have to do /@thegarlicboys.
Yeah.
Anyways, this I picked the background. Are you happy now?
I'm very happy now. Yes.
All right. I shaved my beard or trimmed my beard.
I see that. It looks nice. It looks well kept.
It's so short, and I feel like I don't have a beard, but I know it looks nicer than what I did have
It
because
does.
of the way my beard grows, and which is I think it's stupid. Of well, it's not just that it's like it puffs out; it's that the right side grows in thicker than the left side does, and
Yeah.
so the right side seems longer.
Mine
And
very
so,
often grows where it's just like right here will grow, but right here will not. And I'm like, what? How does that make any
well,
mother trucking sense?
that's technically how mine is, but just the way that I'm able to like sort of style it and everything gets it so it looks full and complete.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It looks good, bud.
yeah, and I got some beard oil. This is why I brought this up. I've been using this beard oil for like a year and a half now. Really enjoy it. I didn't read the name of like the scent until yesterday because she was like, "Oh, do you need any products to your beard or anything like that?" I was like, "Yeah, I use that purple one over there," and she goes, "Oh, you use Alpha Male." I was like, I did not know it had such an unfortunate name, but yes, I do. And she goes, yeah, it sucks that this is the best one that they have for this brand.
You use that the Andrew Tate one, right? That Andrew Tate beard oil.
We have Alpha Male. Never mind. I don't know if I can say that. Do you think cuck is a bad word?
To the uninitiated, yes. But to people who know what it is, I mean, not really.
For those of you that don't know, a cuck refers to somebody who has been you could also call them a cuckold, which is someone that watches their partner engage in intercourse with another person that is not technically part of the relationship.
Weird stuff, man. But to each their own.
Never thought I would be explaining that on this podcast.
On the podcast. Online, I need to explain what the word cuck means.
I think I've told you the story, but I like telling it because I think it's funny. When I did my internship, I did it with this pastor that I've known for a while. And so like his wife is my mom's best friend. They knew each other. Like I've known this man a good time. And so like it wasn't that made this awkward. It was what he asked me and how like this question kind of came out of nowhere. We were talking about a convention that happens in Pittsburgh every year and how it kind of takes over downtown. It's like the largest convention that happens in Pittsburgh each year. And he wasn't sure what it was or like what it entailed. And so like we were talking about it and like he was describing how there was all the traffic downtown and everything. I was like, oh, it's probably because of this convention. And he goes, oh, tell me, what are furries? And so for a good 10, 15 minutes, I had to describe to this pastor what furries were.
What furries were
And like do my best to explain a community that I am not a part of and understand nothing about really. And be like I think it's like it could be a sexual thing, or maybe sometimes they're just like they are animals, and like from what I understand, like it's something that makes them happy and like it feels natural for them. But like in this, and I was like, I need to stop. It was one of those things like I wanted to stop talking so that the conversation could be over, but I felt like if I didn't keep talking, he was going to ask another question and make it go longer. And so I got stuck in this loop of don't talk or he'll ask a question. So keep talking and making yourself more uncomfortable.
Oh man, I always love because sometimes at family gatherings we make the terrible decision really to play games like Cards Against Humanity and What Do You Mean, with my parents.
This happened to us, didn't it?
I think so. I think it was actually last New Year's, wasn't it? That we.
I think so.
It's terrible.
There was some instance where I remember we had to explain to your parents something, but I don't know if it's the example you're thinking of.
I don't really have a ton of examples, but that I remember. But I do know that one thing is very weird, and that is to have to explain to your parents a word that is inappropriate in nature. What's weirder though is when they know already the definition of a
I don't like
very
that.
weird word. No, thank you. Why do you know that? Stop it. You should not know that.
But there's a distinct difference when there's like innocence that you have to explain something to, because like explaining to your parents is like this sacred thing. It's like, I don't want you to know, first of all, what this is. Second of all, that I know what this is.
Yeah.
But then there's people like Heidi,
Yeah.
who we had to explain Cards Against Humanity cards to, and it was fun because we knew the reaction was going to be, oh, what? No, what? Oh, gross! Like, I would go, I'll tell her.
It's really fun to tell people like Heidi. No offense, Heidi, if you're listening, but it's very fun to tell people like that. But to tell your parents, it makes me so uncomfortable.
And then like sometimes my mom will mention something because she's on TikTok, and so like she knows things now, and she'll mention it, and I was like, you should not know what that is. Please stop using the internet. I'm taking your phone. You're grounded. I don't.
Sometimes I'm really happy that my parents don't know how to use technology, because then they can't go and discover things like that. Like, mom, you should not know what the Urban Dictionary is, and if you do, get off the site. Go away. Do not go on that site.
Counterpoint. Search your name on Urban Dictionary.
Oh boy. That's the rest of this episode. I'm gonna search our names on Urban Dictionary, and
all right, you search yours. I'm gonna search mine.
Okay, good.
If we can share them, we will.
All right, I will do that. Do it. Just my first name.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do Matt or Matthew. It's up to you.
Heck yeah. Matthew is the cutest guy you will ever meet. He is charming, good looking, and very nice. He can get on your nerves at sometimes, but he is the best guy in the whole entire world. Matthew is someone who everyone can't resist. Everyone loves him, and he loves everyone back. Doesn't get angry a lot. That's not true. But when he does get angry, he whoops butt. Watch out for them because they are cool. Hottie number 1. Who is that hunk? Hottie number 2. Man, he has to be a Matthew.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I feel severely called out by this definition.
I want to hear this.
Connor, someone who is very worried someone who is very worried about all of the sexual definitions on Urban Dictionary, but always has a good laugh reading the definitions. By the way, his hair is not blonde, nor does he have a girlfriend. What? Hey, why is that guy laughing? Oh, that's Connor. He's laughing at definitions of himself.
Which we're literally doing. Another one for me, a sexy, nice, athletic guy who is kind to everyone and knows how to treat a lady. He will always be there for you when you need a shoulder to cry on. He is outgoing, fun, and just a little jokester. Just a little guy, just a little jokester. He loves to party and is fun to be around. So, ladies, the takeaway is, ladies and gentlemen, please, and everything in between and outside. I'm taken. I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but I hope you guys find a Matthew. I hope you find a Matthew in your life. So you deserve it.
This second definition also fits me very well.
Yeah.
Connor is an RK-800 android and is one of 3 protagonists in Detroit's Become Human. Built as an advanced prototype, he's designed to assist human law enforcement, specifically in investigating cases involving deviant androids. Sent to Detroit City Police Department, Connor has been assigned to work with Lieutenant Hank Anderson. Throughout the course of the investigation, Connor may make discoveries about cases himself, becoming a descending agent in the coming events. My name is Connor, and I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
That's beautiful. That I could not have picked a better definition to describe you myself, honestly.
So I learned about that character through a girl I met on Bumble, to where her opening line to me was, "I saw your name, and all I could think about was this clip from the clip from Detroit Become Human, where he just yells, 'Connor, what the frick are you doing?'" I was like, all right, well, I gotta look it up.
Oh
It's
man,
Clancy Brown yelling my name, and I was like, oh. She ghosted me 3 weeks later.
oh, ouch.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I guess you weren't the cyborg that she was hoping you would be.
Dang, Matt, that was such a great joke.
Thank you.
Really, no sarcasm in that at all. That was a great joke. That was very clever of you.
There you go. I was waiting for it.
Speaking of clever,
are we actually going to do one this week?
Yeah. So this is the quiz that I was supposed to do last week, but I didn't know if the concept was going to work, and honestly, I still don't. But we're going to try it anyways.
Oh no.
Welcome to everyone's favorite segment of the show. Unless it's not, somebody let me know if you don't want me to do this anymore.
Connor secretly really hates doing these anymore, so he wants you to tell him. So tell him. Because everybody knows that I hate it.
If we don't have to do it, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I put so much.
What are we gonna do to fill the time?
Talk.
Kind of stare lovingly into each other's eyes.
We've already talked about why that's not going to happen. All right. This week's quiz is called, please, Mr. Boy was my father's name. Call me clever.
Ooh, good. That's good. That's real good.
I was real proud of myself for that one.
I like that one a lot.
So I have a list here of famous people that have one name.
Oh, okay.
An example is going to be like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, I believe. Is like the guitarist from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He also voiced Danny Thornberry in the Wild Thornberries.
Wow. Like the monkey?
No, like the man, like the little boy.
His name was Danny?
Donnie.
Donnie. Oh, I thought you said Danny. Okay, never mind then. Ignore me.
But like his name is only one word.
Hey.
Or one name. And so I'm going to give you one name celebrities, and you have to tell me if that name is their real first name or not.
Oh boy. Okay. Off.
Make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right. Are you ready for your first one?
I am. Yes.
Your first one. The Queen Bee herself.
Beyonce. Oh, stole your thunder. This is her real first name.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Yes, it is.
According to Wikipedia, her full legal name is Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad she just goes by Beyonce.
Well, I'm pretty sure that middle one is her middle name. But But I know in some movies she was credited as Beyonce Knowles. So maybe it's just when she's singing it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started off with an easy one. I figured you'd get that.
Yeah.
All right. Person number 2.
Okay.
Zendaya.
That is also her real name.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Her full legal name is Zendaya Marie Storier Coleman.
Yes, it is. I knew that.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did
very
not
much.
realize the camera was still on me for that, so everyone gets to see my yawning face. Congrats.
Yeah.
Fun fact, she is the reason why I actually came up with this quiz, because I was trying to figure out what her last name was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw it and I was like, does she even have a last name?
I'm pretty sure everyone had a last name at one point. You don't just come out of the hospital and be like, this is my son. His name is Reginald. And that's it. You have a last name, therefore your son has a last name.
I didn't know the royal family had last names.
Yeah.
It's always the Queen or Prince Harry and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it was oh, they just don't have last names. Turns out it's Windsor.
Windsor. Yeah.
That's why it's called Windsor Castle.
Oh, wow. What do you know? The more you know. This should be an educational podcast. We should just put this under the tag educational, and everybody would be learning things.
Are you mad at me? That was so snippy.
No, never.
I thought that fact was very on brand for this quiz.
I would never be mad at you. Ever. I don't think I could be mad at you.
Okay. Person number 3.
Yeah.
Drake.
That I don't like Drake very much. So I'm going to go with no, it's not his real name. I hope he has a dumb name like Reginald.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Drake's full legal name is Aubrey Drake Graham.
Oh, so it's his middle name.
Yep. So you are still correct that it's not his
his
first name.
Oh. Thank you very much.
That was another one that was what? It sounds like it could be their first name.
Yeah. I think he should start going by Aubrey from now on.
Maybe. Alrighty. Ready for the next one?
I am.
Number 4. Prince.
Okay. This I don't know. Does anybody really know? I'm gonna assume no, because did they not go by the artist formerly known as Prince? Did they just say, yeah, that's not my name anymore? I don't want it to be my name. I guess they could have gotten a name change. I'm gonna go with no. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yes, sir.
Matt, that was incorrect.
Dang it.
His full name was Prince Rogers Nelson.
I hope his parents are very proud.
He was named after his father's most popular stage name, Prince Rogers.
Dang.
In which his father used while performing with Prince's mother in a jazz group called the Prince Rogers Trio. So, yeah, I think they might have been proud.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Yeah.
At one point, he did start going by the artist formerly known as Prince, but then went back to being Prince.
Okay.
Apparently, he was also known as Camille at one point.
Mouse Cop, I think, was another one.
The artist formerly known as Mouse Cop. Alrighty, well, that was number 4, and that was your first wrong answer.
Dang it. I was
So,
hoping to get 100% on this quiz.
Nope.
It's okay. 90%.
90% is good to strive for. So,
yeah.
Number 5, Rihanna.
This is not her first. This is not her first name. Final answer.
Is not her first name.
Yes.
That is correct.
Woo! All right.
Her full name is Robin Rihanna Fenty.
Uh-huh. I'm too good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All
Even
right.
though I have a 50-50 shot. This is yes or no questions, and I'm just guessing at all of them.
Sure. Let's see if your luck continues. And I call it luck because it's not like you know these people's names. You barely know mine.
That's not true.
What's my middle name?
I don't know. Wait,
Is that right, Matthew Ryan?
I should know this. Okay, it is Connor Marie Hoffman.
Don't say my real name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was Marie right?
That's not the problem. That's not the thing I have the problem with there.
Connor Marie O'Connor.
Thank you. I have
So,
to bleep
okay.
out now.
I'm glad I was right. Thank you.
All right, you ready for number 6?
Yes.
Number 6, Madonna.
That is not. That's not her name.
Final answer?
Yeah. Yes. Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Dang it! 80% is still passing.
Her real name is Madonna Louise Cicerone. Ciccone? Ciccone. Ciccone?
Cocoon. Cassone? I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's, yesterday's news anyway.
Number, I don't have much to say about Madonna. I don't. Number 7, Cher.
That is not her real name.
Final answer?
Final answer.
So this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to tell you her name, and you tell me if you're correct or not.
Okay.
Her full legal name is Sherilyn Sarkisian.
Okay,
Sarkisian.
I would say I am incorrect because that's like going by Matt instead of Matthew. While Cher may not be her legal name, it's no different than me going by Matt. So
I was going to mark you down incorrect either way, but I'm glad that you agree with me.
cool. glad we're on the same page here.
How you feeling going into the back half here?
I'm at what, 70%? If I get the rest of them right.
Yes.
I mean, as long as
C's,
I'm not at 50 or below, it's fine.
C's get degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Number 8. Beck.
Who?
Beck.
Never heard of Beck in my life. Um, whoever Beck is, that's definitely not their real name. It's obvious. It's so clear that Beck is not their real name.
Final answer.
Final answer.
That is incorrect.
You can't do this. You can't make all the answers yes. It's fine.
His full name is Beck David Hansen.
That's terrible name, but I'll let it slide this time.
Alrighty. Number 9. Fabio.
That is not his real name.
Final answer.
I'm just throwing pasta at the wall and hoping one of them stick. Final answer.
His real name is Fabio Lanzoni.
Okay.
And I said it like that because he is Italian.
Yes. I gathered from the name and the way you said it. Yeah.
I'm glad. See, look at you. You're picking up on context clues. High five.
You asked earlier if I was mad at you because I made a funny comment. Now I actually am mad at you. So I still have a chance, right? One more question.
You are currently at 9.
We're like this next question is going to be question 9.
No, this next one's going to be question 10.
Yeah, so I got one more question, and my score is 60%, 6-3, or is it 5-4?
You are 4 to 5 wrong.
5 wrong? Oh,
You need to get this right to tie it.
dang, man, this went downhill quickly. Yeah, let's do this. Number 10, hit me with it.
Bono.
That is not their real name. Final answer.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Do you have a tiebreaker?
This isn't gonna fully like connect to this, but it's like also like music and names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just because I recently started watching the Scott Pilgrim animated show.
Oh yeah, is that good?
Yes, it's very good. I highly recommend it. But the tiebreaker for you is I need you to name 3 bands that are mentioned in we hear music from within the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Dang it. Okay. Sex Bombs. That's the main band.
Okay.
Scotty Boy's friends. And that is all I know. I don't remember a single one. I know that Scott Pilgrim's ex-girlfriend in the movie, played by Brie Larson. Are all the voice actors back for the
Yes,
animated?
all the original voice actors are back for the animated show, and it was said that a lot of them had a pact that if everyone didn't come back, then none of them would.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Her band was called Is it like Metric or something like that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't remember any of the band names. I can tell you every band that they play against, like the people it's comprised of, but could I tell you a single one of their names? No.
So Envy Adams's band is
Yeah.
called The Clash at Demon Head.
The Clash at Demon Head. Yep, that rings a bell.
The main point in where it's brought up is when they're at the record shop and Knives goes, "Do you have any CDs by the band Clash at Demon Head?" And Julie goes, "Yeah, it'd be in the section labeled The Clash at Demon Head."
Oh, I need to rewatch that. It's been a while.
And the other major band is the band that plays first at the Battle of the Bands, where Matthew Patel comes in.
Yeah.
And Wallace is heckling the guy, and they write the song called this song is called "We Hate You, Please Die."
What's the band?
Crash and the Boys.
Crash and the Boys. That's good. That's a good one.
They also have the song called "So Sad,"
Mhm.
which is just like a hard rock intro, and it goes "So Sad," and that's the end of the song.
That movie and the series as well, according to you, it's like peak cinema. Like it's so good. It's so good. It's so dumb, but so good.
I'll give a quick shout out to this show. It is not the movie.
Yeah.
It's not, and I'm happy it's not, because we got so much more backstory about not only the exes, but literally every character gets fleshed out, and you get more information on them that it makes them more well-rounded, and like you like everybody. Like everyone was cool in that first movie. Like, yeah, it was sick that Lucas Lee was action star, was cool. Wallace was funny. Everyone was like that, but like it was kind of like, okay, there's a lot of characters. They're here, they're gone, whatever. But in this, like, you spend basically each episode you spend with one of the exes, and like you get to know them, and like it's really cool. It's stylized as an anime. I'm not sure if it was done in an anime production house. Probably was, because it's pretty much just an anime. Considering the original graphic novels were supposed to look like manga, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's perfect. Like if it's exactly what you want.
I'm gonna have to give it where is it streaming for me and the listeners?
It's on Netflix.
Ew, gross. All right, I'll give it a try. Sorry, Netflix. We've discussed our problems with Netflix, and Netflix can suck my big toe. That was your G spot for this episode. My G spot for this episode is What If, but specifically Kahori, the new original character that Marvel introduced in this What If season 2 season. Amazing character. I love this character so much.
I love that it was the episode of the this episode. It wasn't. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just so ahead of myself. Hold on. I know exactly what I want to say. I'm just not able to say it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. Stop pressuring me, dude.
We can cut all this out if we have to.
Dude.
Marker.
What if Kahori reshaped the world?
Yeah.
That's what it's called. What they should have called it is, what if Kahori showed white people they were stupid? Because that's literally all this episode was.
Yeah. Oh,
because I know some of y'all like to forget this. The Spanish are white.
Yeah, more or less.
Just because most Spanish speakers nowadays aren't, doesn't mean that the Spanish in the Iberian Peninsula, which is a part of Europe, aren't white.
Yeah, no. So the thing I love about this episode is they introduced a Mohawk character played by Mohawk people. I believe all of them except for one dude, which was a white guy. I don't know why. I believe all of them, the rest of them were Native American, American
All
Indian,
from
whatever.
the Mohawk tribe, which
Yes.
is typically in New York State,
Yeah.
right around where New York City is. So we couldn't even escape New York City in this past world.
Yeah.
But it was done. Sorry, no, you gush over this episode. This is your spotlight. Sorry. I thought this was an amazing episode too.
We can go back and forth and discuss it. I just wanted to bring up how much this episode was stunning, and I love when they introduce new characters, and I'm loving that they're introducing not just new characters but characters from different cultures and backgrounds, and just I loved this episode so much. So please say what you were going to say.
Well, the greatest thing is that they decided, like, hey, we want to show a character and we want to create a character that is of Native American, like is a Native American. We can't do that properly unless we really talk with the people. And so they went to the Mohawk tribe, talked with them, had them like help them write the story and make it as accurate to the Mohawk people as possible. They spoke the true Mohawk language.
Yeah, the whole episode.
That was the best thing. I was really glad that they did that, and it's not like, oh, it's like how in Doctor Who, like they can understand everyone with an English accent because of the TARDIS.
Yeah,
and it's that we're all speaking Italian when we're here in Pompeii. It's just you're hearing English.
yeah, right. And it was nice that later on when she came in, like in the last episode, she was speaking English, and that might have been just to make it easier for the viewers. They had one episode where she was speaking entirely in a different language, and then in this episode, now that she has established herself as a hero and maybe even traveled a little bit through time and through space. I don't know exactly what happened between that episode and this episode. I have an inkling of an idea, but it didn't really explain it too much. But I did think it was easier to bring her in and introduce her to other heroes and characters as speaking English. But I do love, and I don't know if you IMDb'd it, her brother or the little boy that went with her to the lake originally, or like was following her into the woods. That was actually played by the girl who is going to play Katara in the Avatar: The Last Airbender live action series.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I did not realize that she was Mohawk Indian, but apparently she is, which I think is cool.
I think they did very well with this season.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the IMDb page now, and the whole second half of the season has the top rated sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
But like the lowest rated episode is episode 3, which is What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas?
Yeah.
When it's just Die Hard and Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
And so like I don't think that's not a bad episode. That was a great episode.
It was good. Even if I disagree that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it was still a good episode.
It also introduced another new character into the MCU, which is the Freak, which in the comics, Happy Hogan does turn into a Hulk-like character called the Freak.
I did not know that. That's brand new for me. Okay. Huh.
So that's like the fun part about What If is like you get sort of like storylines and characters that like the MCU never really got to like establish in that way, but they get to establish them that way now.
Yeah. I like what they're doing. I like where they're going. What If storylines, it just even in the comics have always been some of my favorite. Just because of how wacky and zany they can get. But also just like introducing new possibilities and new characters. And I love that they finally did a TV series, albeit animated. My apologies, animated TV series. It's good. It's good stuff. I recommend very highly that the listeners go and watch that as soon as possible.
But if you don't want to watch something and you want to actually get out and have a good time, we have a recommendation for you. And it's the partner of our show, Puzzle Room Pittsburgh. That's right. It's time for us again to tell you about this incredible escape room. If you would like to unlock the thrill of adventure at Puzzle Room Pittsburgh, you can use the exclusive promo code to this podcast, which is Garlic Boy. You put that into the promo code slot, and you get $5 off per person of your ticket price. And that is a ticket that'll help you into any of their three exhilarating escape rooms. They have the Study, Seeking Sasquatch, and Escape the Undead. You can use that promo code to get your $5 off, as I said, for your ticket to mystery, excitement, and endless fun. Just visit the website, puzzleroompittsburgh.com, and use that at a checkout.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have any plans for that in the near distant coming future.
I don't know. You keep talking about Sasquatch so much. I think maybe we might have to do something fun with this partnership that we built with them.
I will be wearing the socks whenever I someday get to go do this escape room. I will be wearing these socks.
Fantastic.
They're my Bigfoot socks.
There you go. So, would you like to talk about your topic first, or would you like to talk about mine?
Mine's gonna be depressing. We should probably talk about mine now, and then we can talk about yours, so we can leave on a happy note.
Yes, mine is definitely a happy note.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about mine first because mine's more important.
Okay.
So I found out via TikTok that the UK can suck my big toe. I hope that they die. Sorry, that's a little aggressive, but they just passed a law, and I do believe that there was like a kind of stay of execution kind of thing, but I'm not 100% positive the outcome. I haven't been following it extremely closely. They just passed a law that extra large bully breeds like pit bulls and all that jazz, any in shelters will be euthanized at the beginning of the year, which is now, and any that people own already, the people have to get a specific license type situation, and they have to wear a muzzle when going out in public. I just want to talk about how infuriating it is. As a dog owner, I know that aggressive dogs, first of all, if you do have an aggressive dog, it could be any breed of dog, but you don't take it out in public. You know what I mean? Like, my dog is not very nice to other dogs. Do I take him out in public? No. And if there's another dog, I give them a very wide berth and hold him on my leash 10 feet away. Regardless, there are no aggressive breeds, and it ticks me off that they're making laws about aggressive breeds when really the owner of the dog is what the owner. I should say owners plural, because sometimes in the adoption process, you are adopting a dog from an abusive household and they have aggression because of that. So not specifically the owner who owns them currently, but the owners who have owned them in the past make them that way. And trauma makes them that way. So I vote that we send a bunch of nukes after evacuating the dogs and just wipe out the half of UK, which is London area. Just wipe them out. We take out all the dogs and just restart. Because that pisses me off.
I understand that, and I get why you made that joke, that complete and utter joke that you just made. Definitely not an actual threat at all. Like, it's a joke.
Oh heck no! It definitely a joke.
I do think it is. See, is it bad that like I don't have enough information, so like I can't form like a concrete opinion here? Because like if there was like a huge reason, like a third of the dog attacks that have happened in 2023 were by these breeds that are being banned and like restricted, like to me like that does make sense, because then it's not just a pattern, like it shows a pattern and not just a coincidence. But if it's just like, oi mate, that dog's mighty scary there, and then they're like, I don't want it near my little lads, and then they're banning them. Like, I don't think it's like, well, we've had 397 pit bull attacks this year, and that's why we feel like it's nice to justify it. I think it is like that dog is big and scary. I don't like it. Get it away from me. But y'all just man up. Like I don't like the term man up because of the gendered like nature of it, but also like grow up, dude. It's a dog.
In my life, going to shelters and interacting with people in the real world, I have met probably 50 pit bull dogs in my life. Okay. Every single, and that's a lot for one person to meet that doesn't work with animals.
Right.
I think 50 of a specific breed of dog. I've never met a nasty one. Every single one of them has been one of the nicest dogs I've ever met in my entire life. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't nasty ones, because there are, but like my dog is an Australian Shepherd. He can be nasty sometimes. They're not known for being nasty, but he can be nasty sometimes. I'm trying to train it out of him, but it's not working. And I think I need professional help, don't I, bud? Anyway,
the one thing I just like I don't think people understand is like they're sentient animals. Like it's you don't have one of those robotic dogs from the early 2000s. Like this is a thing that can think and like choose its own actions and things like that.
Yeah.
So like you can want it to do anything you want, but like if you're not like motivating it, training it, and teaching it, it's not going to do what you want, and it's going to upset you every single time because you're not doing anything to change the behavior. It's just like when people, it's like iPad kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that kid is my kid's screaming because he wants his iPad. Let me get the iPad. It's like, no, teach your kid not to scream like that in public, and he's not going to scream like that in public. Right. You train your dog not to bite at and attack everyone. He's not going to bite at and attack everyone. Now, there's still things that kids do that are annoying because they're kids and they don't know better. And that's the same thing with dogs and other animals. It's going to do things that are semi-dangerous and annoying because it has base instincts. And so, like, you can train them and do everything you can. Sometimes they're still going to bite. It happens. But, like, I don't know.
I just think that instead of euthanizing, the UK could have done something like, I don't know, maybe send them to my house. All of the ones in the shelter, hundreds of dogs. I will take all of them in without hesitation.
That's definitely one way to handle the situation.
Exactly. There's enough square footage at my house that I could put a dog bed I could put hundreds of dog beds in this house.
Well, what kind of life would that be for them?
A happy one, because I would spoil every single one of them.
Matt, you can barely spoil yourself.
I know I can barely spoil the 2 dogs and a cat that I have now, but I do my best, don't I, buddy? Sorry.
All right.
I got off my soapbox, just very mad, very upset, because all those dogs don't deserve to die, in my personal opinion.
I agree, and I see why you're upset. I just I want to believe that there's a reason, and like that's where I'm sitting at with it. But I understand where you're coming from, and I do agree. I don't want it to seem like I think like, oh yeah, they're aggressive dogs, kill them.
No,
like,
it's good to have a reason and to have a full picture before making any sort of like opinion about it. There were attacks. There were attacks by pit bull dogs that spurred this on.
Right.
And I believe that they're a strong jawed dog, which means if they bite you, they're not likely to let go for any reason, and they can do a lot of damage, which another reason I understand in a way, but it doesn't justify killing them, in my opinion.
For sure.
Muzzles, okay, that's fine, but killing, yeah, absolutely not.
Agreed.
What's your topic, bud? Let's get on a different note than this.
You're right. Let's start with my less depressing topic. I had to go to the hospital on Christmas.
What the heck, dude? What'd you do? You didn't eat peanuts.
I didn't do anything.
Did you eat peanuts again?
I did not. Why does everyone always think it's that?
Because
you go to the hospital 4 times because of an allergy. Everyone thinks you don't know how to not eat peanuts anymore.
You go to the hospital 4 times, dude. 4 times. That's a lot of times.
I'd like to point out that the last time I went, I asked my friend, hey, is that caramel corn? And they said yes, knowing it was Cracker Jacks.
Oh, man. Okay,
Anyways,
why'd you go to the hospital?
I have pneumonia.
Ooh, that's not good. Pneumonia.
No.
Not fun at all.
That's what it looks like.
How'd you get? It looks like butts. Looks like a bunch of red butts.
Little red butts all in my lungs.
Little sunburned butts just flooding your lungs. How'd you get pneumonia?
So I specifically have non-contagious post-infection pneumonia.
That's good.
Which means I can be around other people still.
Yeah.
But where I got the pneumonia from is some sort of infection that I had. I didn't know I had an infection.
How do you not know you had an infection?
That's the thing, man. I don't get sick often. So like I don't feel like it was getting hotter because people were turning ACs on, so I didn't feel like I was like sweating a lot. It was my mouth was always dry when I woke up in the morning, so I assumed that's why my throat hurt. Like there were so many things that were going on in my head. Like I didn't automatically assume I had an illness because I don't get sick very often.
Right, right. And
when I do, it's something like non-contagious post-infection pneumonia.
That's true. Anytime you get sick, it's usually something like absolutely huge and terrible, which sucks a lot.
Did I not tell you? I didn't tell you I had pneumonia?
Nope. It was in the other room. Cleaning up dog poop.
Apparently, I forgot to tell my brother that I had pneumonia.
Oh no! Nice. Your roommate. Imagine if it was contagious though, and you just oh shoot, sorry, yeah. Oh my gosh, he's dying on the podcast right in front of our eyes. I thought you were going to kick the bucket right now as you're talking about your non-contagious post-infection pneumonia.
No, I've been coughing like that for like a week and a half now. But it's great. I was on antibiotics for 5 days. And I've been like having bouts of where I cannot breathe. My diaphragm hurts from coughing so much.
Yeah.
I'm not coughing up mucus as much anymore, which is
That's good.
very nice because I feel less gross.
Mhm.
But it's been fun because I had to keep working and like doing things, but I'm so fatigued that I actually
Oh,
had to start asking for help. And fun fact about me is I don't like asking for help even if I need it. Uh, mainly for a point of pride. It's weird and petty of me, but like I feel like an inconvenience to ask somebody else to help me do my job when they also have to do their job. Um, yeah, but that's been my last 2 weeks.
lovely. I'm sorry you couldn't come up for New Year's. We played OK Boomer, which is a new what do you mean brand game. Newish. It was a lot of fun. Did you do anything? Like you were sick, right? But did you end up doing anything New Year's?
I stayed home. I was so exhausted, and it was
Yeah.
so the only days I had off of work were Christmas Eve, Christmas Day,
Mm.
New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And so like Christmas Day is when I found out like my diagnosis and everything. I sat in the ER for 3 hours. Great. Um, and then I went and so when I had finally a day off, I was like, I can't justify going anywhere. Like my friends wanted to go to Dave and Buster's and hang out there. We tentatively had plans, but like even before that, I was like, I don't really feel well, and like it wouldn't make sense for it to be like only for basically 12 hours of us hanging out. Like there was just it didn't really work out for us to see each other at that point. And so like I was like, you know what? I don't have plans. I don't need to make plans. I'm gonna stay home and just watch movies all day. Big thing I went to Dollar General, grabbed some snacks and stuff, came back home.
Nice.
Um, I almost left my debit card at a Taco Bell, but I didn't.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch. That was mean. That was mean. That was real
I don't
mean.
think that was mean. I think it's a fun callback.
You were there too. You could have said, "Hey Matt, you didn't get your debit card."
I wasn't. How is that my responsibility to remind you to get something?
I'm just saying, if you had noticed, maybe we wouldn't have been in that predicament. I couldn't have noticed because I have ADHD and I get a free pass. But you, Connor, all you have is dyslexia or dyscalculia or whatever.
No. That's not all I have. Just because I don't have a diagnosis of whatever's going on in here doesn't mean that's all I have. Let's talk about Mia, who's in the seat directly next to you, who also said nothing. I don't care that you love her. I'm going to throw her under the bus right away. You and I were sharing a brain cell that entire weekend. She could have noticed.
She makes me check anytime we go anywhere that I have my card now. Like she won't let me leave somewhere without checking that I have my card.
I wonder why.
Because I'm an idiot and I am not on Adderall yet.
Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys podcast. If you'd like more from us, you can find us on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook at the Garlic Boys or Garlic Boys Productions. One of the two. There's a few things going on there now. We're changing things up because our other show, TGB One Shots, is growing. So check that out if you haven't watched it yet. That is our D&D tabletop role-playing game that we don't do at a table. It's a lot of fun. We're currently in the midst of the Blind Saga, and I do want to shout out the holiday episode over there. If you haven't listened to it yet, I recommend it. I unfortunately was not a part of it because of my illness and because of working, but it stars Matt, Jackie, Corey, and Mug over there. Listen to it today.
Yeah.
Hurtful things were said, gang. hurtful things were said.
Mostly by Jackie, but also by
Yep.
the rest of us.
I texted Jackie immediately, and it was like, it was literally like Andre Brower from Brooklyn Nine-Nine of just the vindication. But go over and listen to that. You can also check out patreon.com/garlicboysproductions to get exclusive content from me and Matt, shows we're putting up there, the favorite Pokemon, things like that. But also there's our bonus action, which is our after show for One Shots. We can go over there and listen to us talk about the episode in more of like a style like this. And so if you really enjoyed that holiday episode that we put out over there, you would enjoy watching the bonus actions as well. And you could support us there for $3 a month for just casual support, and $10 if you'd like all of those bonus content, as well as if you want to support us monetarily in another fun way where you get something physical. You can go over to our Redbubble store, redbubble.com, and search the Garlic Boys. All of those designs are designed by Matt and I here. And you can also go watch physical video episodes. No, not physical, just video episodes of the podcast on youtube.com/
You can be physically there. You can literally be right next to us as we record.
Oh yeah, sit there. What you got to do is like put it on your desk, put a monitor there, and then it's like you're in the conversation with us.
Exactly like that.
Links for all of that can be found in the description for the episode. There's like a thing. You'll find it. You got it. You're smart peoples.
You got it.
Speaking of smart peoples, Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report this week?
I do. We might have already said this character, but we're rewatching Psych. So I'm gonna go with Sean Spencer's mom. She's a great mom to I know there was some family drama. She's a great mom, so I'll leave it at that.
Sybil Shepherd, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In that same case, then I'm gonna shout out Chief Vic.
Heck
she's a good mom. Like as much as like she was a good mom to not only her daughter but Sean and Gus as well, because Lord knows she had to parent them.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Alrighty, Matt, do you have any final thoughts for us this week?
Yeah, go unbutton that button, dude.
Dude, don't unbutton it, man. Don't.
Just
stop it.
You're afraid Pandora's box is gonna explode out of your stomach.
That's how we lose all hope. That's for the Greek nerds. All right. As always, remember to stay garlicky. Oh, did you hear me burp right there? That was like
Solid.
that was a good one.